So why did you decide to set up the archive?
Because there is absolutely no record over last 70 years of all that market research and social research has done in the UK. There is no official record.
And Geoffrey, how did you get involved in the archive?
Liz chatted to me about this at a research network lunch, and it so happened that shortly afterwards my youngest granddaughter said, "Grandpa, what's market research?" And I said, "Oh, look it up on Google." She said, "I've already done that, there are 495 million references." That struck me as quite amazing, so I went and did a few references myself. And when I typed in Mark Abrams, there were only 6,000. So I thought, that is extraordinary. There is an ignorance in the Google system. We've got to do something to correct that so that it's properly represented, because the social impact of some of the things that we have done has helped the transition from us being a governed group of people to becoming part of the governing process. So that, in a sense, market research was one of the ways in which we express the human spirit which has been going on in this island for 400 years or more.
So Liz, what sort of thing do you think the archive will be collecting?
I would very much like to see why market research in the 30s and 40s really began, in terms of real interest, began in Great Britain. And part of it is the fact that during the war, researchers were used to measure attitudes and behaviour. And a lot of people, and they happened to come from London School of Economics, a lot of those people got together because they felt that the really wonderful research and statistics accumulated during World War II would be helpful for a profession of market and social research in the future.
And why have you decided to do it now?
Because this year, 2016, is the 70th anniversary of the Market Research Society. And what is wonderful is we still have a founder member with us, John Downham, who is now almost 92 years old and still has all of the same keen memory that he had 70 years ago. So he's been on our committee, and it's really a joy having him here.
And what progress have we made? When did you start doing this, Geoffrey? When did you start setting the archive up?
Well, probably about 18 months ago. I mean, I got a design done, and I registered the internet address and so on. I started talking to other people about it, and found generally everyone agreed that we actually have a responsibility to leave a legacy. What is the story that we each as individuals are going to lead behind? I've got 7 grandchildren, and they keep asking me questions. What have you ever done? What did you do in the war, Daddy?
Yeah.
Not quite that way, but the point is that we can, as an industry, leave a legacy. And I think we should. And I think that younger people will benefit from, in some cases, studying it. It is the value of history. We create the history through the written word. That's what all historical documents are based on. And I think, this morning it's announced that they found in the island of Bute a copy of Shakespeare's First Folio. And the interesting thing about it is that the notes that people have written who'd been to the plays at the time, written on the side, found this speech by Hamlet a bit tedious. This is actually brings the thing alive in a completely different way, and we can do that with the history which we're all part of.
Liz, I mean, you have set this archive up, I think also because you think it's going to be relevant to people working in research nowadays and who might work in research. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes, one desire that I have is that it would be, I think, so advantageous that market research and social research, the data under both categories, comes together. In this country, there isn't the same close relationship between academia and practitioners in research as there is in the States and other countries. And I think one of the things the archive will do is to bring social researchers as well as market researchers to start investigating what is in the archive and the wonderful history of, for example, social research in the war, but also election polling.